Trango is a short film featuring professional skiers Jim Morrison, Christina Lustenburger, and Chantel Astorga doing the first ski descent of the Great Trango Tower in Pakistan. Even just saying skiing in Great Trango, like putting skiing in that same sentence is kind of ambitious, to say the least. We're at the ends of the earth filming athletes doing something on the cutting edge, and this project was an amazing opportunity to bring the highest quality production ever really done in these remote locations to a shoot. My name's Eric Repka, and I am a high-angle cine and drone cinematographer. I was the on-slope person filming with the athletes, kind of moving with them, and then I was also doing a bunch of drone footage with Leo.
I'm Leo Horn, and I'm the director and DP on the Trango project. On a project like this, you're just like, how can I build an aesthetic and a style and really do this place justice? I wanted to use tools and techniques that I'd use on a commercial set. So we brought along an Arri camera, a couple Reds, Sonys, and then of course, the Inspire 3 and a handful of smaller Mavics.
In terms of color matching and matching with other cameras, 8K is ProRes RAW. You can bring it into your ingest right there in the settings. You can basically choose the log settings to match your existing footage. It just does the aerials so much more justice to conform with everything else you've brought to the table.
Every product that's being released, it's another step forward, and it just keeps you elevating your filmmaking, and especially in these remote locations, you need every little step forward to really pull it off, because you're already up against so many odds.
This place is so remote. The logistics to get any sort of aerial heli shot in there would have been wildly prohibitively expensive, as well as maybe logistically impossible. On the shoot, we used the full DJI DL lens lineup. The 18 was a very popular one because it got really a nice sense of scope and space, but anytime we could get a more compressed lens on the drone, shooting some of the more compressed things, we just felt like we were stealing. These shots were so epic at 8K and RAW. We knew that no one else had shot shots like this in this valley. It was new, and it felt like we were pioneering something.
50 mil just gave us such gorgeous compression to like really show how big the landscape is, like a helicopter shot.
Between the 2 years, it was 59 days total at base camp. It sounds pretty wild considering it's 2 days of climbing from base camp to the summit, but it's just high altitude ski mountaineering. You got to be really strategic, you got to be acclimatized, and it just takes a lot of time.
One more go on the same one there, Jim.
The drone came in on the back of horses and donkeys, and then as soon as we were set up at base camp, we just carried it around on our back. Strapped right onto the back of an f-stop bag. All the batteries, lenses, controller inside the bag, and then I could just take the thing wherever I wanted to go. Where our base camp was one of the harshest environments I think I've ever been in. You gotta be preemptive to make sure nothing goes down. We would just try to cover the motors, clean everything after a couple flights, do once-overs after flights, check the rotors, just make sure everything was good, and we just had no problems at all.
The Inspire 3 handled wind really impressively. It's really accurate up to really pretty gnarly wind speeds. Every once in a while it'd disconnect if we were at like 6,000 plus feet away, but it would reconnect fairly quickly and keep on flying. The other amazing feature is the dual native ISO. Bumping it up to the higher ISO at 4,000 for some of those early morning twilight shots, especially when characters are moving, it's just invaluable. We were often flying as solo operators, and the fact that it was so easy to operate solo was awesome because a lot of times it was just more efficient to have one person operate and the other person is out shooting the time lapse, or the other person is directing a person on a ridge.
We'd use the Mavic 3 Sins to see what the snow conditions were like. We'd use it to see where there was potential hazards. It was a tool that wasn't just used for the filmmaking, it was used to fully enhance the expedition experience and make it safer.
So we're using it to film for the cinematography, which is awesome, so it's part of the movie, but we're also using it to help us make some decisions about terrain and conditions.
The more and more we were kind of gaining confidence with the ability of the drones, especially with the new return to home functions, the more and more we were pushing it and the wilder the shots we were getting. Dynamic shots that I would have said with a previous drone would have been totally risky or stupid. These really felt totally in control. You're flying with a 50mm lens and you can't swap between your fisheye. You're flying blind a lot. Having the ability to jump to that fisheye is pretty sweet, and then also keeping that split screen so you can see what's going on through both lenses. On the actual day of the climb and the actual day of the summit push, Leo was lower at the high camp flying drones up to us on the route, but we really wanted to get a drone shot of the summit, so I packed a drone up there and we flew a drone around the summit and did some rotations of the team summiting.
With the FPV mode on it, it just gave me such a confidence to fly the thing so close to people, and it felt like I was on the slope with them. There was a couple times when I was flying that I'm like, I don't think anyone has ever seen this perspective of this mountain before.
It seems like every time I kind of get to the limit of what a drone's capable of, a new one comes out and expands the possibilities of what you can do with a drone. The Inspire 3 really is hard to distinguish from some of the shot over shots we're seeing from full helicopter rigs. If we can put these side by side with shots like that, and sometimes these are better, and that's us with a drone, like I can't imagine what the future is gonna hold.
To be able to go into a remote location like that with these sort of tools, it just elevates the filmmaking to such a crazy level that was just not even possible a couple of years ago. This film would not be what it is without the Inspire on it. There's no doubt in my mind that the shots that are gonna stick out in people's minds and that are gonna make this film are because of this drone.